Welcome to Armchair Expert. I'm Dan Shepard, and I'm joined by Dan Mouse.
I have kind of some news, I guess.
Oh my gosh.
That just reminded me.
This is not prepared.
This is
or planned.
off script. Welcome was the winner
It was?
of our new tagline bracket.
Honestly,
contest.
if you would have had to predict, that would have been one of my lowest predictions of what would have won. The runner-up maybe was the humanness of being messy. Mm-hmm. So now we have to legally change all of our documents and stuff.
No, we don't. But Armchairies voted.
You guys have spoken, and now it's not the messiness of being human, although it will maybe remain that way in previously written literature that was too lazy to change. But from now on, it's a show about welcome.
That's right. It's reflective of our show.
Well, whatever the Armchairies want, I want. Okay? Because I'm an Armchairie. That's my vote. Welcome. Now, do I have to change, though, the greeting for the show to humanness of being messy?
Yeah, I think we're contractually obligated to swap them.
Flip it. Okay, so
Wait,
now it's
what?
flipped.
Why?
Well, because welcome used to exist as the greeting. Oh. But now it's the description of the show.
It can only be in one place.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do the math.
Okay.
Okay. Poor Emmy Rossum. She didn't even know she was going to be ensnared in this. Welcome. Emmy Rossum is here. She is an actor. She's a singer and a producer. She, of course, spent many years on Shameless, probably the biggest hit on Showtime ever.
Big show.
Big show. Big show. Big show for big boys and girls. And The Phantom of the Opera, which we talk about, The Day After Tomorrow, Mystic River. And she is in a new show on Peacock called Angelyne. It is out May 19th, and it explores perhaps one of the most fascinating characters in Los Angeles pop culture.
Yeah.
If you don't know who Angelyne is, you're going to be intrigued. This is a very interesting story. This is a person that's probably maybe the most famous person in Los Angeles.
Yeah. She is a celebrity. She's not an actor or musician.
Right. But she's enormously famous, and she has a pink Corvette. That's a
right.
one spoiler. Please enjoy Emmy Rossum. We get support from Quince.
So we've been talking about Quince a lot lately, and as we head into fall, it's the perfect time to reset your wardrobe with their amazing pieces. I think it's so fun to do when the seasons turn over to just spruce up your wardrobe with a couple specials, and Quince is the place.
Totally. We're talking organic cotton, Mongolian cashmere, tailored chinos from just $60. Premium fit and quality you'd expect from a luxury brand designer. I love Quince. You know, I like it understated and subtle, and I like stuff that has high quality. And Quince checks all those boxes.
I love a lot of stuff from Quince. Honestly, they have incredible premium denim, which is very important for fall. It's pretty much all I wear in the fall is denim. And Quince has such a good selection of quality denim. Their stuff is so versatile, timeless, and built to last that you just grab every single day without thinking.
Right. And all of that for 50 to 80% less than similar brands. They go direct to ethical factories, cut out the middlemen, so you get all that quality without overpaying for it.
We love that. And they do way more than clothes. They have bedding, cookware, bath essentials, travel must-haves, same deal, and great quality.
Upgrade your everyday. Download the Quince app for app-exclusive offers or go to quince.com/Dax. Get free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada and the UK too. That's QUINCE.com/Dax. We get support from Apple Gift Card. Back to school is here, and for many, that means some big life transitions. Whether they are heading into a new grade or setting up a dorm for the first time, you want to give them something that actually supports their growth and success. Apple Gift Card is a versatile solution because it takes the guesswork out of gifting. It's not just about a new pair of AirPods for focus. It's about giving them the invaluable chance to choose the digital tools and subscriptions that suit their unique journey. They can use it for productivity apps on the App Store, movie nights on Apple TV, or extra iCloud storage for all those new memories. With Apple Gift Card, it's so empowering to give the students their freedom to allocate their own resources. Celebrate their new academic chapter. Visit applegiftcard.apple.com to celebrate their milestones and gift one today.
He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert.
Well, hello.
Oh my my God, you got gifts. What just happened?
This is a first for us. We don't
Is it
give
really?
gifts.
Well, I actually didn't come for you guys today.
That doesn't surprise either of
I
us.
came for your wife because I'm a really big fan of her book,
Oh, Purple People.
Purple People.
Oh, no
That's
kidding.
nice.
I read her book every single night to my daughter, who's 10 months old.
Right.
And I don't know who gave me the book. You know, when you have a kid, people give you things and suddenly you're just like, I don't know where all this stuff came from. Thank God, right? Because it really does take a village and you have no idea what you're doing. So she just gravitated towards this book and I was reading it. And so this is actually my first trip away from my kid. I've never been away from her before. And so I explained this trip to her. Like she understands.
Sure.
I was like, hey, so I have to go to LA because I actually am going to meet the writer of this book's husband. That's how I explained.
So abstract.
Yeah.
I think
That's
even
accurate.
being one of the players in that story, I got confused at some point.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is the first trip.
Yes.
Okay, I'm wondering if you fall into this pattern that my wife and I do. So when I travel, I'm fine. Like first week, I don't really care. I'm not missing anybody. Don't give a shit. Week 2, I'm like, I don't want to be alive. I got to get home, right? And hers is the opposite. Like first week is miserable. And then come week 2 or 3, we have kids. It flips. So are you like an immediate pang? I guess you're just in, 48 hours?
It's a little selfish, maybe. If I have something to actually keep me focused, then I'm fine.
Yeah.
But if I like have a lot of time on my hands, I'm suddenly like, no idea what to do.
Yeah. I was just kind of transfixed by your eyes. The size and scope of them and the roundness of them are overwhelming. And then they got just a little dewy.
Yeah, because I was
'Cause of the
choking.
joke.
Yes, you were hanging on by a thread.
Yeah.
But I'm grateful for it. I'm sure it wasn't pleasurable for you, but for the audience here, for me, it got really like mesmerizing. Were you noticing the whole transition?
I was getting codependent and scared.
Oh, right. That she was worried.
Yeah, I was like, oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's why children like me, because I'm like a little cartoon
Yeah.
character.
Yes. Kids just gravitate towards you when you're on the scene.
Always have.
Yeah. Did you always want kids?
Theoretically, but not with the kind of immediacy that I kind of woke up one day with.
Right. Okay. You kind of woke up and you're like, it's now.
Yeah, and then I put it off a couple years.
Right.
Because of the industry that we're in, it just never felt like the right time. And then pandemic. And then I was like, well, if not now.
Exactly. Why not? But I do have a question about that because I'm in the beginning steps of egg freezing and I have no idea. Like, I'm like, I don't know if I'm ever going to use those. I don't know if I want them, but it's like insurance, you know? So what clicked? Like, do you think it was in you? Do you think it was the relationship you're in? What changed when you woke up that day?
I think I got over my own fear. I'm a perfectionist in everything I do. I'm my worst critic. Trust me, like I read Twitter, right? So I read all of that stuff.
Yeah,
if
that's
those
not a
people
good
think
idea.
they're hurting me, they don't have a quarter or a tenth of the napalm that I could possibly explode on myself.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so nice try at Mr.
Yes.
Gross Dude 27. Like, you can't hurt me because I am so much harder on myself,
Yeah.
right? And I think one day I just woke up realizing this is something that people do everywhere. And like, I am worthy of having this experience and I'm not going to be perfect at it. And just because I'm not going to be perfect at it doesn't mean I shouldn't try
Yeah.
to be perfect at it. No.
yeah.
Yeah. So I think whereas in my work, I run towards things that terrify me, I think in my life, I don't have nearly the kind of hubris that I have in my work. In my work,
Interesting.
I love things that scare me. And in my life, I am very slow to make decisions, usually.
Boy, there's a lot of nuggets right there.
You just gave him so much food.
Okay, I've got like 3 follow-up questions. One, do you think it was at all intimidating recognizing that your mother, she did it by herself? That's a Herculean task and she was employed. This is great because I have no idea how you feel about your mother.
I love my mother.
Okay, great. Me too. Obsessed. Single mother, same sitch.
Yeah, my mom and I FaceTimed already twice this morning.
Right.
That's nice.
So in some weird way, like that can be a blessing and a curse. If you have terrible parents who phoned it in, you're like, yeah, I think I can do this. But if you have kind of like a superhero mom, it can be like, fuck, can I do the thing she did? Was there any of that? Like, was the bar just really high? You saw the dedication she had, the time available
And
for
sacrifice,
you?
probably.
I don't know. I mean, it's really interesting in terms of like parental philosophy because there's so much more therapy going on now than was 30, 40 years ago. So I think the ways in which we are aiming to kind of curate the way we message to our kids is so focused and deliberate and kind and open. And I feel like there was just a loose parenting style.
Loosey-goosey.
Yeah.
Or kind of like this is the way we were raised, so that's the way we're going to do it, right?
We don't need to be better necessarily.
Or like we don't need to have like so much anxiety of messing up our kids because like everybody's messed up. It's all going to be messed up. But my mom is a fabulous mother. She's also an incredibly creative, brilliant woman who is an incredibly celebrated photographer and artist. My mom waited till she was almost 40 to have me. I don't know.
Yeah, we're going to figure that out today.
Okay, great.
Yeah, when you leave here, you're going to have like an ironclad answer. Okay, my next thought was, you're a wunderkind. Like, I don't think in researching someone other than Ronan Farrow,
Also a New Yorker.
yes,
Yeah.
I don't think I've come across such a wunderkind as you.
I don't even know the meaning of that word,
Yeah, you
so I
do.
don't think I'm a wonderkind.
I know you do. It's a wonderful kid. It's
Oh,
a like
okay.
impossibly successful child.
Yeah, it's like a Doogie Howser.
Douglas Hauser, MD.
Okay.
You know, you're feeling me. Yeah, because Ronan was in college.
When
in
he was
Columbia,
like
maybe.
10.
Yeah, he was like a child at college. That's a wunderkind. So here's my other theory I'm going to hit you with.
We should just stop there because I feel like you're making me sound great. So
Yes.
I should just not
Exceptional
undermine
child.
anything.
Well,
It's all downhill from there.
no, it'll be a coin. So one side of the coin is wunderkind.
Okay.
Yeah, overachiever, incredible. So people understand the caliber of wunderkind you are. You became a part of the Metropolitan Opera as a chorus singer at what, 7? Yeah. Okay. And then you were there for 5 years. You sang behind Pavarotti and all these different people, right? And then I'll fast forward. You leave school. You're like, this is enough for me.
Not exactly.
Okay. But for the sake
Sure.
of the Reader's Digest version.
The TLDR.
Ooh, what does that stand
Too
for?
long didn't read.
Oh, damn. Wunderkind.
like
Ding, ding, ding.
that.
Okay.
Like, give me the 411 because it's too long. I'm not going to read the article. Just give me the log line and I'll metabolize it TLDR.
Headlines.
Yes, I'll synthesize it and I'll create my own article, which I'm doing now. But yes, and then you do this online Stanford graduation certificate, whatever. You get your diploma at 15. You're in Columbia at what, 15, 16? Or when do you get to
Like
Columbia?
continuing studies. But yeah,
Yes.
I'm in there with adults. Yeah.
Right. And you've already done 100 movies. You are on a soap opera at 11 years old. Yeah.
Wow.
So you're a wunderkind. The other thing I would just suggest is that clearly you can have control of that space, or you couldn't have kept doing the things you were doing. Like you could control your voice. You sang Happy Birthday in 12 octaves? Keys. I don't even know.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so you could do that, right? You had enormous control over your voice. And then I assume on stage you feel like you have a ton of control. You're good at executing the thing that's in your mind.
I was really good at playing pretend.
You're downplaying it. You can't accidentally just keep getting in all these things. You're good at it. And to be good at it, you have to have kind of control of yourself in those situations.
I think that you have to, and I really believe this about anything. I think, at least for me, how it works is I have to academically understand something so well and know it so well that I can go and have fun with it. Then I can just play pretend and I can forget all the learning and just be in it. But yeah, I was raised in like a classically rigid environment with training that was rigid. That was, these are the notes on the piece of paper. They are black and white. It is a musical. There's a
Yes.
musical signature. It's not new math. It's not the Star Spangled Banner with a million riffs that it's not expressive. You're singing it the way it was intended, the way Puccini wrote it. You're not going to pick your
It
nose.
is mathematic. The notes are math. It's all on a scale.
And that was my best subject in school, too.
It
math.
was.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And you can achieve perfection in those.
Well, I think what's nice is that it's not graded on a curve.
Exactly. Like you get it right or you get it wrong.
Yeah. It's like once I wrote an essay for something when I was like in 3rd or 4th grade, and the teacher was like, this was very interesting and gave me a C. And I was like, what?
yeah.
Like, clearly that was your euphemism for I did not enjoy this essay. It was not well
Right.
written, right? I think it was like maybe interestingly not good. But I don't know. I liked the rigidity of that.
You're so smart. You know where I'm going with this.
I don't actually.
Oh, okay.
Was I a deeply troubled child on the inside?
No, but again, I'm a child of a single mom. It's a different experience in that there's not the stability of two people.
I wanted to be impressive.
Okay, there we go. There we go.
I knew that my mother was a great artist. I wanted to be worthy and impressive of being her child.
Oh,
For sure.
I like that.
I don't think that was at all intentional, but I knew that my mother valued art. And I knew that my mother valued the classical arts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I grew up like going to the museums. I mean, I loved natural history and I wanted to play soccer too, but like I never had the same love of soccer or tennis or anything like I did classical arts. And I wanted to be a ballerina too first, but my hips sucked.
How does one's hips suck?
They don't turn out the way they're supposed to. It wasn't the way my body works.
Right.
And I had this other talent and I loved doing that. And I really liked playing pretend. I really liked going out on stage and putting on costumes. I liked being different than other kids. I always felt different.
Well, that's where I was going. So I was going to ask if the other aspects of your life, because it wasn't prescriptive, you couldn't study it, you couldn't master it. It was just free for all chaos. You can't really steer it all. Real life, if that was kind of a refuge from that.
I never felt like my childhood was chaos at all.
What was it like being in school as a child actor?
Oh, well, I started singing at the opera in second grade because a music teacher actually in music class at school suggested that I go audition there as an extracurricular. And what started as an extracurricular became kind of a gig.
$5 to $10 a night.
So it was like $20. Kids are now unionized, thank God. But we weren't back then. And I mean, I was in an academically rigid environment in like a prep school. And then I was in the classical music world, which was an incredibly rigid environment. And at home, I had a single mom who was an artist, but it was never chaos. I mean, my mom would travel.
I meant more like social interactions at school. How did those go?
Well, I went to a really fancy school.
You did? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I was one of the only children with a single parent in my grade. And that in 1990, when I showed up there were some unchoice words that were communicated to me unintentionally by other students.
Sure.
Probably how it was messaged to them by their parents.
Of course.
About
Yeah.
kind of my home life and me not knowing who my father was or where I was from or who I was. But I loved school, and the school was incredibly encouraging of my talent and was in fact the place that sent me to the opera to find this extracurricular when everyone else was doing soccer and ballet and other things. And
Yeah.
the most interesting thing about this school is that they really hyper focus on the kids and try to help the kid find what it is they really love.
Yeah, that's lovely.
And so unintentionally, they ended up helping me find that. And it ended up taking up so much of my time that I then ended up having to leave that school and do my schooling online. But I was never bullied at school. I was never hazed at school, nothing like that. I was just the kid that lived in a studio apartment with my mom and shared a bathroom, and all of my mom's salary went to sending me to this school.
Well, so in my Michigan neighborhood, we were, I want to say, the only single mom on the block. There were kids who weren't allowed to hang out with me. Their parents didn't want them at my house because God knows what was happening over there. Similarly, my mom could not afford this neighborhood we were in. It was like scraping and scrounging. So I personally had a little bit of less than. I had a little bit of, oh, everyone thinks I'm trashy because there's 3 kids and no dad around. And then so for me, I deeply desired to take control of that scenario in some way. I couldn't control the judgment of all these neighbors or how the parents looked at us. And so for me, it started as writing, like, I can create this whole world. And in this world, that thing doesn't exist, or even I'm getting the upper hand on that thing. That's what I mean kind of by chaos. I probably didn't say it specifically enough.
I suppose for me, I think I felt more chaos inside. I think I felt that I didn't have a lot of context for who I was, and I liked finding myself in scenes where I could express the intensity of feeling that I felt inside within the parameters of a safe environment.
Not to be too corny, but also if you're kind of struggling with who you are in this whole thing, someone tells you this character is homeless, they're a gymnast. It's like, ooh, I can click into this thing that's already defined.
Yeah, I think also certain people are just born with like a very intense amount of feeling.
Oh, yeah. I live with 3 of them.
Yeah. I was just that person. I call it very osmotic.
Ooh,
Like I have osmosis with other people.
Oh.
So if other people are feeling something around me, I'm feeling it
contagious.
too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I'm surprised my wife and you aren't better friends.
We should be.
You should. She too was trained operatically as a child.
She's an incredible singer.
She said the same about you last night. I'm embarrassed to say I didn't even know you sang.
Me either.
And then I always run it by her. I'm like, do you know Emmy? Oh, yeah. Is she a good singer? Oh, she's an incredible singer. She was in Phantom of the Opera. She just ran through your credits and she's like, yeah, she's an outstanding singer. And I get the real.
Of course.
Had it gone the other way, I just would have never brought this up.
I think I felt like my feelings were kind of like a little bit of like monkey brain. They would like ping pong around in my body. And I liked having a very specific outlet to be able to put them. It was like when you feel so much inside and somebody goes, okay, but between 9 to 5, you get to go to a place where you get to feel all those things and just get them all out. And then you get to go home.
I think for a lot of boys, that's sports. They don't know what to do with this caveman-y desire to
Right.
destroy everything around them. And someone puts a ball in their hand. They're like, oh, do this.
Yeah.
But also going back to you saying you wanted to be impressive because of your mom, it also seems like maybe you wanted to be impressive because if you're in this school and you're the only one with a single mother, there's probably some subconscious thing happening of like, yeah, you're looking down on me, but I'm better than all of you. Like you want to prove that you're worthy of being there.
Even now, I don't feel, honestly, as impressive as most of the women that I went to school with.
What?
No. They're brilliant. They have startups. They work at Goldman Sachs. They run VCs. Like they can talk about things that I have. I don't know Bitcoin. Like I don't know what they're. I don't understand those
It's
words.
a different language.
I don't
Yeah.
understand. It's just not my language. And yet I can hang out with them. And by the way, 4 or 5 of my closest friends are my friends from kindergarten.
Oh, that's
Still.
so cool.
I live across the street from one of them. I live half a mile from another one. We're all so close.
Yeah.
And I always feel like I'm trying to prove myself to myself somehow.
Did you have any chip on your shoulder about money? If you've heard more than one episode, you would know I have this big class warfare thing happening in my head all the time, and it's ridiculous.
Say more about that. Give me the TLDR.
Yeah, I'm going to hit you with the TLDR. We were broke, and everyone else seemed to have everything. Very easily, I feel like people are trying to demonstrate I'm low class or something. It's all in my head. I recognize it, but it's kind of a residual thing about rich people and people who are super entitled.
I feel like I have a very real fear of not having because it's not rational.
No,
I don't
I
think there's
agree.
any amount of money that could ever make me feel safe. It's like kind of like a moving mark, right? Because it's not real.
Right, you told
just
yourself
have to
a number,
keep
right?
yourself afraid so you don't get comfortable.
Yeah.
So you make a number
Yeah.
and then you get there and then you're like, so that must not have been what safety is.
I couldn't agree more. My wife will even say like, hey, hon, you know, you passed that thing and you seem to be more scared. I'm like, yeah. That's what made me recognize like, oh, it's a fear, which means it's not rational by any means. And then there's nothing objective I can throw at it to combat it. I just at some point have to convince myself I'm safe and things are
Yeah,
fine.
I guess it's interesting for me because my daughter will grow up in a different way than I did.
Yeah.
She'll hopefully, God willing, have 2 loving parents. She'll have stability. But I wonder what that experience will be like for her because my mom and I shared a toilet until I was 17.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that you don't have a door here to your
Yeah.
toilet because I felt quite comfortable because I'm honestly more comfortable using the bathroom with the door open.
Yeah, I could live here the rest of my life.
Right.
I got a fridge. I got a fucking running water. We're good.
But all I can say is, in the grand scheme of things, how I define success is really, can I go into the grocery store and not look at any prices?
Oh, yep.
That is a great benchmark.
If I can go in and be like, I want this yogurt, and I'm not going to look at what it costs.
You're not going to price compare with
no.
the other brands.
Or like, I want this steak tonight. We're going to eat this.
Yeah.
That to me is like, you've made it. You hit the number. You're good.
Mine is don't look at the gas price.
Oh, well, you should look at
Well,
it now.
now.
Well, I'm
Jesus.
aware of it. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is the first 10 years in LA when I was broke, it killed me, that gas price. So when I can fill up and I'm not too concerned, I'm like, oh, baby. This is good.
Yeah.
Or for me, and then ordering pizza, which was this huge luxury. I never did, but every time I order pizza, I'm like, that's right, girl.
Can I tell you, I once got called by the credit card company because someone somehow got my credit card number and ordered pizza, and that's how they knew it wasn't me.
Oh, because you don't order
I literally
pizza.
never ordered pizza.
Okay, now, so what I'm really curious about when I discover that you're a Wunderkind,
I'm feeling very self-conscious that
You
could-
are. It's a
I
huge
really
compliment.
No, it's so funny because I just constantly think I'm like not achieving enough.
sure.
Yeah.
So the fact that like people deem me as that,
That's a trait of a wonderkind.
It is. Very Wunderkind of you.
It's very on brand for wonderkinds.
How do you feel about Ronan Farrow?
I think Ronan Farrow's incredible.
Me too.
Absolutely incredible.
He's a Wunderkind. So just imagine how
Yeah.
you're looking at Ronan Farrow, and I'm looking at you in the same way. And then I have some follow-up questions about that.
Okay.
You're just going to have to accept that's how I look at you. How do you not burn out? Like, I'm looking at how much work you've done by the time you're like 18 or 20, and you've already won awards, right? Like, you've already picked up a Critics' Choice. You've already been nominated for a Golden Globe by 22, 3, something like that.
I had a period where I kind of didn't do much for about a year and a half, 2 years, where I tried to muddle my way through.
What age was that? And between what movies?
20 and 22, before the start of Shameless, after I did some pretty big movies.
Okay, right.
I was getting out of a not very good relationship and kind of living in LA by myself, going out a lot.
Oh, here we go.
Not to an unhealthy extent.
I mean, could we argue that you were like trying to have your teenage years maybe? Because I don't think you
know.
had them. Or...
I mean, I had a fake ID when I was 14 in New York and was out at clubs till 2 a.m, drinking,
Oh.
smoking.
Okay, you did it all.
Yeah. I did everything Wunderkind.
Oh.
I went hard on all fronts. It wasn't like I was like some goody two-shoes who was like in the classical music environment. I was like doing that, but at the same time, like,
Going for it.
yeah, I wouldn't do it when I was working because I treated that with utmost respect
Yeah.
and honor. But when I wasn't working, I was drinking and hanging out and at clubs and 14, 15. And I would like go buy a cute top and tight jeans
sure,
and like,
Sure.
The whole nine.
yeah.
I would argue you needed to blow off some fucking steam. Like, you're not going to say this, but you sang in 6 different languages.
Yeah, but for me, that wasn't like a big deal. I have a very intense audio memory. Like, I don't remember anything visually.
Right.
I'm not a visual person. I'm a total audio person. So if someone speaks and I listen to it, I can pretty much repeat it. If somebody says something to me in an argument, I'll remember it 16 years later.
can't
I can
wait.
just replay it in my head. So repeating in different languages or anything like that, to me, it felt quite natural.
That's a lot of work for a kid. And you're also picking up your high school diploma and you're popping into some philosophy classes and whatnot at
Yeah.
Columbia. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, I did a lot of things for short periods very intensely and at a
Right.
high level.
Okay. Phantom of the Opera. That's like the first enormous. Is that accurate? You were in Mystic River.
Mystic
and
River
you're-
and Day After Tomorrow.
Right.
And then Phantom of the Opera.
But for me, Phantom of the Opera, now this is like you started singing, then you transitioned into acting, and then it's Andrew Lloyd Webber. It's all these things. That has to be like the kind of pinnacle to that point.
yeah, that was a scary time. I was very intimidated during the whole process.
You auditioned for him at his house?
First, I met with Joel Schumacher at his house. This was in LA. And then he said, we are screen testing in New York on Saturday. You're going to like be there and you're going to sing a song from Phantom of the Opera.
Okay.
And Andrew's not going to be there.
Great.
It's going to be me and the other actor who's in it. You're going to perform. We're going to put you in full hair and makeup. And there's going to be a set, just you and a piano. Just stand there and sing the song. I had actually never heard the music for Phantom of the Opera. Did not know it.
Me either.
Crash course in 4 days of learning those songs. And I didn't realize that the big run at the end of the song was not supposed to be staccato. I just didn't read music. I'm not a visual person.
Right.
So I just did it as staccato because I thought that'd be interesting. Didn't realize it's supposed to be legato. In any case, they ended up liking it and doing it. It was a kind of like a mistake that
Yeah.
like people thought was a brilliant intentional choice. But like I literally just didn't know any better. So that's how I ended up doing it. And then after that, I was called to Andrew Lloyd Webber's house along with one other young woman who was auditioning. I ended up getting the role.
Spoiler alert.
Right. But the big screen test that we did the weekend prior was like 6 or 7 girls. It was in an old studio in New York that was not soundproofed. I got there at like 9 in the morning for like 5 hours of hair and makeup.
Oh my
And I could hear all of the other girls singing.
That's the
And I
worst.
could see them passing me in the hall, and I knew who they were, and I knew I was last. And for me, I had this in my head that if I was last, they didn't save a lot of room for me at the end of the day. And it was like a foregone conclusion in my head that I had actually come into the process quite late.
Okay.
And I just assumed I was the backup.
Right. But that can be helpful, no?
No, I was so scared of that audition, which is on YouTube now. And I can see how scared I am in the audition. Like, I'm literally shaking. I can barely sing the song. But it's so right for the character because she's terrified basically the entire movie. And I remember just crying the night before, just saying to my mom in our studio apartment, like, I don't think I can do this. I think this is too much pressure. And she was just like, go do it. And then we'll go get ice cream. And
There we
like,
go.
we'll just watch a movie and it'll be over.
We'll share the bathroom.
Yeah. We'll sit on the toilet together. But just like do it and get it over with. And for me, that's kind of what it was. I just knew going into it, I wasn't getting it. And then when I found out that it was me and the other woman and we were going for the callback, I figured again, I was second choice. And then I found out I was second choice. She got the job.
Oh, she did. Oh my God. Congratulations to her.
And then she couldn't do it. And I ended up getting the job. But this is a brilliant actress who made musicals after that, who's wonderful.
Yeah. By the way, I just want to say, I like when I've convinced myself I can't get it because then I'm like, there's nothing at stake here. I'm going to like do the thing I want to do.
Yeah, that was the same thing with Shameless because I was told that they thought I was like too Phantom of the Opera.
Okay, sure.
So I
sure.
could never play that kind of rough and tumble character. I always kind of do best when I'm the underdog. So it's like when I come in here and you tell me I'm a wonderkind, I'm like, no, I can only exceed it. I'm
Okay.
the underdog.
Well, let me rephrase. You're
Okay.
a piece of shit.
Great. I'm so comfortable. A real hat.
You sat in your apartment your whole life waiting for people to knock at the door
Correct.
and go, Emmy, would you like to be in Phantom of the Opera? I guess.
I guess.
First of all, how old is Andrew Lloyd Webber?
I don't know,
Okay.
but not young at the time.
I know so little about this world, so I'm just owning my ignorance on it. Right. So my hunch is you're going up to see like Mr. Burns in my mind.
Yeah.
And I'm imagining it's like a castle somewhere.
It's not. It's an apartment on Central Park West.
Oh, okay. So it was a short ride.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. I was picturing you like in the back of a town car as a young woman, and then the gates open.
It's like in a high rise.
It's like Halloween.
No.
Oh, okay. Is it weird to go into someone's house and do it, or is it more comfortable?
I don't know. I was honestly just
And a blackout?
totally
Yeah.
in like a total panic K-hole.
Right. Once you get something, does it?
Nope.
Still no.
Nope. I mean, I sobbed even shooting this new show, Angelyne, like cried the first 40 nights.
Really?
Because you don't feel like you're doing a good job?
Correct.
Wow.
I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not prepared enough. I think it's just part of my process.
What makes you feel like you are doing enough? Is it other people telling you are? No. That doesn't work.
No. No, somehow that makes it worse.
Is there anything that you're like, oh, fuck yeah, I stuck the landing on that one? Are you able to, in retrospect, see that you've succeeded?
Especially with this new character that I played because she presents visually nothing like me. I think there was a real liberation for that in me.
Yeah, yeah.
But there was so much that was so familiar about the character of Christine in Phantom of the Opera to who I really was, somebody that was raised in a classical music environment, somebody that was fatherless and searching,
Yeah.
somebody that was like always looking for the validation from older men.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
think there was a lot that was very, very familiar there to me. So I don't think there was the liberation that I felt in the disguise of somebody like the Shameless character or like the Angelyne character for me.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to get to Angelyne because you're fucking crazy good in that. If they didn't put your name on it, there's no way I would know that was you playing her.
Thanks.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure you'll figure out a way to twist that into something negative. but-
No, I'm not trying to. I'm trying to
teasing, I'm
get
teasing.
better at being okay with things going okay.
Right. The way I've found some peace is just to remind myself it doesn't fucking matter at all.
And I think everything matters.
Yeah, which is great. That's why you're so talented. But I would argue you could be just as good and effective, recognizing that, and then none of it means a goddamn thing.
I will say now having my daughter,
Exactly.
there is incredible peace in the presence of a moment and not imagining what that moment could have been, if it could have been better or different or worse, or how it will be perceived. She demands my attention and my presence and loves me.
And by the way, all she needs is your presence.
Completely.
She doesn't need you to do it perfect.
She just needs me to lay on the floor
On your lamest day.
and hold this rattle.
That's what she wants.
And that's it. And that's great. I mean, I will also say, I think there's a certain level of like darkness and anxiety that I experience around my work because I'm sourcing some kind of feeling I think I need for the work.
Right.
And now that I have children, there's really no amount of terror that can possibly compare to all the ways my brain can tell me that the child could hurt herself or die at literally any moment,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
So now
yeah,
I can
yeah.
just use that.
Yes.
No need to contort myself because we live high up in the sky of a building and every window is a terrifying moment.
Oh, that's me. Like, I used to go hiking across the street all the time. I didn't think much about mountain lions. And now every single walk, the whole walk with the family,
There's something that could eat my child.
I'm planning my defense.
Totally.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
This episode is brought to you by the new Max original comedy series, Stuart Fails to Save the Universe. From the world and creators of The Big Bang Theory comes a new comedy series. Stuart Bloom, comic book store owner and lovable underdog, accidentally breaks a device built by Sheldon and Leonard and kicks off a full-blown multiverse Armageddon. Now, he's on a mission to put reality back together alongside his girlfriend Denise, a geologist named Bert, and physicist Barry Kripke. Along the way, they're running into alternate universe versions of characters you already know and love. Check out the new Max original comedy series, Stuart Fails to Save the Universe, now streaming exclusively on HBO Max with new episodes Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Subscription required. This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. We've talked before about Rob building our website on Squarespace, and I bring it up again because it's a perfect example of what they do well. Rob had all the pieces, the content, the vision, the ideas, but he needed something to actually take all that and make it public facing. And Squarespace was that bridge. Maybe you're in the same spot. You've been developing something, a business, a skill set, a body of work, and it's been private. It's been yours, but at some point you're ready to put it out there, and that transition from private to public can feel like a huge leap. Squarespace makes it feel like a step. Beautiful templates, built-in SEO, email campaigns, scheduling, analytics, everything you need to go from I've been working on this to here it is, come find me. All in one place, no code, no stitching together a bunch of different tools. So if you've been sitting on something and waiting for the right moment, this might be it. Head to squarespace.com/DAX for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code DAX to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. You've heard us talk about BetterHelp for a while, but I don't know that we've ever talked about how much people love this service when they use it. BetterHelp has an average live therapy session rating of 4.9 out of 5 based on over 1.7 million client session reviews. And you can check out the reviews yourself at betterhelp.com/reviews to see how much they love BetterHelp. Knowing that kind of service feedback from real people speaks for itself. I'm a huge proponent of therapy, as we've talked about before. I've learned so many things about myself that I believe truly only an outside, objective person could help me come to. BetterHelp makes it easy to get started. Answer a few questions, get matched with a therapist based on your needs, and switch therapists at any time if it's not the right fit. See the reviews, see what stands out, and see if BetterHelp is right for you. Visit betterhelp.com/DAX. That's betterhelp.com/DAX.
Thank you to our presenting sponsor, HP, for supporting this episode. Parents, you've got enough on your back to school list right now. Ink cartridges do not need to be on it. They just don't. The HP Smart Tank printer uses a refillable ink tank and comes with up to 3 years of ink included. It's the last printer you'll ever need. To learn more, search HP Smart Tank. I'm curious about not having a dad and not knowing your dad.
I do now.
You do now?
Yeah.
Okay. Growing up like that, if that made you feel like I need a man in my life or I definitely don't need a man in my life.
I think it made me feel I needed a dad. It wasn't like a one-to-one thing.
Did you date older guys?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes I dated younger guys. Sometimes
wow.
I dated older guys.
Full spectrum.
Yeah. I really have always loved companionship.
Yeah.
And I've always loved very intense connection. And it didn't matter really how old the person was. Sometimes they were famous, sometimes they were not famous. I've dated journalists, I've dated rock stars, I've dated people that were unemployed, I've dated people that were waiters and people that were billionaires. And for me, it's always about some kind of energetic smiz.
Ooh, smiz.
Smiz.
That's a new word for us.
It's how I kind of describe that smizzy feeling when you meet somebody and zzz.
Oh, like butterfly.
Buzzing.
It's like some kind of like
Yeah.
energy that you feel when you meet somebody.
Electricity.
Sure.
Could you articulate generally what type of person triggers the zizz? Smiz?
Smiz.
Smiz. Okay, I want to get it right.
Somebody that's intense.
Okay.
Usually they have some kind of intensity about them.
Interesting. Because you're pretty intense, we would say.
Yeah. I think so.
I'm imagining you at a first date with one of these smiz people.
I didn't usually have like first dates.
Okay, we'll skip ahead to the fifth dinner together.
Okay.
And I picture the eye contact. Like I imagine the waiter walking up to you and your smiz partner and going like, holy fuck, they're mind melding. I'm going to step away and give them a second.
Yeah, because I imagine if you connect with someone, it's because there's a deeper thing.
My relationships always moved really fast.
There we go.
There was never really a fifth date. It was kind of like a first date, and then we lived together for 3 years. They were kind of all like that.
Do you think you're love addicty at all?
I've never investigated it or had it diagnosed.
Right. Here's how I define it for myself. I have been able to regulate my internal feelings with external relationships quite well. I can get pretty high on them. I can get very intense into them. I can get whirlwindy in it, and the love bubble can be intense. That's kind of my pattern.
I mean, I had a very, very close, very intense relationship with my mother. So that was the kind of relationship that I think, have been trying to recreate. And the partner that I ended up with, my husband, not unlike my mother, wildly successful, creative, very ambitious, hungry person, but was not at all the success that he is now when we met. And he's always had a very specific belief that that was his trajectory, even when nobody else could see that that was in the cards for him. It's not so one-to-one that like not having a dad made me want to date older men. Not having a dad made me have to find a therapist who's my dad's age that I can text at any time.
Yeah, and I don't even mean older. I mean, like, were you seeking a man who could take care of you or nurture you or something like that?
I think I was probably seeking love on a much greater scale. I think I was probably seeking love and validation through performance and thinking that if I could escape into a character and those characters could be loved, then by virtue of the fact that I had a connection to those things that were loved, that I was loved too.
For sure.
My mother worked so many hours and had 3 kids. So when she wasn't working, we'd get in bed and we'd spend all day Saturday snuggling. And it was that. It was like, okay, it's on. And we're going to soak it all up for the rest of the week. I mean, that's one of the aspects that has made me into that.
Of wanting that kind of connection.
Yeah, the like, let's spend the whole 3 days in bed, connected, snuggling, reassuring, and then off out into the world with that in the back pocket, and then do your thing, and then come
Almost
back.
like you're recharging.
Yes.
That's nice.
Okay. You had done a bunch of movies, and then you do Shameless. And this is kind of early into the days of movie stars doing shows, and there's cachet in shows. I think it's a little, for lack of a better word, ballsy or brave.
It was the beginning of the renaissance of television.
Exactly. Was that decision hard for you?
Not at all calculated.
Not.
No.
Does like William H. Macy help that scenario?
No, I'm not thinking about it in terms of any kind of calculation. I'm
You're
just
not.
thinking that I'm not seeing roles that I want. I'm not seeing things that are challenging me. Like, I like things to be hard. that level of focus weirdly like quiets my nervous system. I like to be terrified of something in my work. I like to not know if I can pull it off or not. And I loved the character. It was obviously like a completely different kind of world than I grew up in.
Yeah, like to be honest, if I'm a show creator, showrunner, I'm a casting person, and I'm like, oh, you grew up in Manhattan and you went to a private school, for me, you're out. So in that way, I could imagine it being extra intriguing to leave such a different area and succeed in that one.
I think there was a rawness to the character that I felt was easy for me to access inside, but not something that I had ever been encouraged to explore or expose in characters before. In all of the films that I had done before that, there was an intentional effort to polish the character in a way that that's who the character was on the page. And that's not who this character was.
Well, even the things you were in were really cinematic. So they were really, really produced, choreographed, visually perfect. So yeah, I mean, even mechanically how this show was executed is so different from everything you had done visually. I know you don't like visuals.
No, I do. It's just not how I learn things.
Right. Did you have a learning disability?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know, but can we give me one? Because I like to struggle.
Yeah. It's a better story. You were blind until you were 11, right? Isn't that what I read?
Yeah, I think I connected with the poignancy of the character. I connected with everything she felt she had to prove, everything she had on her shoulders. And I connected with the ferocity of the way that she loves. And I was really interested in appearing in a very unglossy way. And I was highly interested and motivated to explore female sexuality in a way that wasn't really being explored on TV as much, or in film, certainly in America.
Well, what was the archetype that you think only existed, and how did this one differ?
A lot of times there would be kind of sex scenes with like movie stars with their bras on.
Sure.
And there were these kind of sex scenes that were like, the camera fades out the window. And it was kind of like there was this lens of shame on female pleasure and enjoyment. And I really liked the idea of this character who we could learn about her emotional life more through her sexual encounters.
Sure.
Scenes that feature sex acts can be sometimes even more revealing than just dialogue scenes. And so it's very interesting because I have a sex scene that I'm about to go do in a couple weeks, and when I'm talking with my acting coach, because I have a lot of teachers, I believe in teachers. I have a vocal coach, I have an acting coach, I have a movement coach. And
Monica and I will be submitting to be one of your teachers at the end of this.
Thank you so much.
I could teach you about building an engine.
I love it.
By the way, I'll probably take you up on that because I will need to become the best engine builder after this. I think we talk about this sex scene that we're going to do, that this is the answer to a deep thirst. We describe the sex so it's not just mechanical. It's this sex scene that should feel like a small prayer is being answered.
Sure.
That's what that moment feels like for that character. It's not just an orgasm, right? Because there can be a little peak, there could be a huge peak, there can be a toe-shattering
aftershocks,
climax, right? There can be sex that's just great, and then you want to get up and go on with your day, or there can be that moment where it's so earth-shattering and it's almost like it gives you a reason to exist in that very moment.
There's a true intimacy that existed.
Or gives you hope in a weird way. Humbles you. You could almost cry at the perfection of it all.
Monster Ball?
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's saying something about a human experience, and sex is something that deserves to be looked at, not through the guise of shame. And I'm not somebody who has the easiest relationship with sex either, which is why I think I find it so interesting in my work as well. I think that I really move towards these kinds of moments.
Yeah, you want the sex scene to actually be an integral plot point. We're seeing it because something happened to the character in this moment that's worth you seeing.
That's crucial to their arc and to the story of this human being's life and existence.
Did you like Shame? Not to get confusing, but the movie Shame.
I feel like I saw
the Fassbender.
it. Yeah.
Okay, for me, that movie was earth-shattering because the sex scenes were kind of what we're talking about, which is it's a wide.
There was a lot of penis in that, right?
There sure was.
Yeah, I think I saw it.
Well, I like that part of it for sure. But but anyways, They would just be these wides, right? And you'd see the whole thing unfold, and it would slowly get closer and closer and closer throughout it. And that's the first sex scenes I've ever seen in a movie that gave me the mirror neurons of having sex. I'm like, oh, this is the whole thing, the kind of explosion, the movement, everything. And I was like, oh, they did it. And actually all the tricks, all the camera moves, all the angles, all that shit actually makes it not real. Okay, moving on. Can we talk about you negotiating at the end of 7? I assume you said I'm not coming back unless I'm getting paid equal. Or is that an uncomfortable topic?
It's not uncomfortable now. Initially, when you sign these deals, they're for 5 or 6 years. I think my first deal was for 6. They approached me after year 2 or 3 and asked for, instead of 6, to add a year. And when they did that, they renegotiated my deal. And I think we threw it out there at the time that really what we were looking for was pay equity, because by the time it was the 3rd or 4th season, it had become clear that my role and that of Bill Macy's were equal.
Yeah.
That was not something that was granted to us at that time, but I was happy to continue the show. I loved everyone that I worked with, and I loved the show.
Yeah.
And I loved what we were doing, and I felt that it was important. And then at the end of a couple more seasons, they came back and asked to extend again. And it was at that time that I entered into this kind of very year-long private negotiation with the studio, saying that that's kind of what we wanted. Over the course of that year, I definitely wavered. There were lots of
Sure.
moments
It's terrifying.
where I
Yeah.
wanted to cave, where I questioned what we were doing.
Who was your megalith during that period? What was your Gibraltar that you would lean on in those moments?
My lawyer, my agent,
They were unified in their...
oh yeah, they felt very strongly that there were other people in our industry that had asked for that and gotten it, and that we could too. And they were surprised that we weren't getting it.
Prior to you doing that, the conversation in those situations went like this. Oh, this actress did this 6 years ago, and they replaced her. This actress did it, and they canceled the show. What you had in front of you was a mountain of evidence that doing this would result in something terrible. And you're a big, big part of the ball rolling in the opposite direction. So now when my wife is negotiating or another woman's negotiating, they'll go, Emmy did this, and she got it.
Yeah.
It's really fucking huge.
It is huge.
Sorry.
No.
No, not
So
sorry.
nice.
Thank you is what we should
Yeah,
be
for
saying.
everyone that
truly.
did it after you, it got that much easier because you were the proof that it could be done and it should be done.
It's not that you wanted that, it's that you deserved that.
It was so surprising and scary because one day I just opened up Twitter and it was trending.
Oh, sure.
And that's how I
sure.
found out that a private negotiation was somehow made public.
Of course.
And I was terrified.
One of the tactics at a certain point is for the studio to let it out there that this person's asking for this much because they know in America, the rest of America, people go, what the fuck? She was already making that and she's so unhappy. And they'll lose the whole message, which is like, it doesn't have anything to do with that. It's if I'm leading the show as much as someone else, I should be getting the same thing. But it's easy for them to shock people with numbers that everyone else would be grateful for. It's a strategy. I'm not saying that that was them, but I've seen it happen with other studios and other actresses.
Yeah, I guess after that happened, it was resolved relatively quickly, which was surprising.
Yeah.
How quickly it happened after that and the outpouring of support. Your business is private, right? To
Yeah,
a certain
yeah, yeah.
extent, like you have a private contract and then suddenly it's public and everyone knows. And that's like really uncomfortable.
Sure. Money's just a dicey conversation, period.
I'm hugely relieved and grateful that we got it. I'm hugely grateful to be part of this kind of tumbleweed that is growing and carrying steam. And sadly, my story is not unique. It's not unique because I'm a woman. It's not unique in my industry. It's not unique to my industry. And that disparity becomes even more stark when you factor in age, race, identity, sexuality, body size. It extends to everything in a way that is terrifying.
You're right. You could plot it and chart it and all those things you just listed. You would just watch it go incrementally down.
But I think that just goes to show how we judge things in our society.
Yeah. What we value.
Because we don't have a salary, right? Our salary goes up from year and down to the next year. And sometimes it,
Disappears.
yeah. And sometimes I'll go a year where I'll make almost nothing. And then the next year I'll have a windfall and it'll be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
But I try not to attach my worth to
Your
net
paycheck.
income because it can be pretty easy to do that and to allow yourself to be defined one way or another.
We don't have another metric for value.
Can I quantify my happiness and my self-worth this year and what I learned this year? How good of a parent I was, or a friend or a child or citizen.
Podcast guest. She'll put that on the list, I'm sure. Yeah. Okay, Angelyne, I didn't know what you were promoting. I then watched the show. I just need to paint the picture for folks who don't live in Los Angeles. To live in Los Angeles is to have eaten at In-N-Out Burger, to have stood in line at Pink's for a hot dog, and it's to have seen billboards of this woman, Angelyne. I've been here for 27 years, and I've seen the billboards my whole life. And when there's a spotting of her, so there's a woman who has billboards, Angelyne, and it has a phone number for her management, maybe. It's a phone number. And then she cruises around town in a pink Corvette. And I have had the luxury and privilege of seeing her a few times. And it is always like I'm watching Harrison Ford ride a horse down Franklin Avenue. Like, I'm so thrilled when I spot her. How much time have you lived in LA or not lived in LA?
I came out here for the first time when I was about 12 to audition for pilot season. I lived in a tiny apartment above Sunset Plaza, actually in a studio apartment that had one time been owned by Axl Rose.
Fuck
and
yeah.
definitely had his bathtub. So I was pretty excited about that.
Sweet child. Every time you're in there washing up.
I thought I was like pretty rad. I think on one of the first trips to LA for pilot season that I was auditioning, that I looked out of the window of my mom's Hertz rental car on the way to like some pilot season audition that I invariably didn't get, and saw an Angelyne billboard. And so above me was this blonde, voluptuous, imagine a Barbie doll, a very sexualized, scantily clad Barbie doll posed in what would have then been considered a very alluring, provocative pose, but now just would be called an Instagram stance.
Yeah.
And she was high above everyone, and I was immediately drawn to her. She was everything that I was not. She was empowered in her sexuality.
Seemingly quite confident.
Powerful, confident, alluring, mysterious. Like, I saw a bunch of billboards for her, and then I started asking people, who's this woman, Angelyne?
And can I add one element to that, which is like, it's not a show she's promoting. So it's not like, look at me, I have a show. She's not promoting a product. So really what is implicit in it too is the level of confidence, which is like, I'm the thing.
Well, that's what's so brilliant about her. She's such a trailblazer. Like, she came onto the scene in the 80s. She put herself on billboards. She got hundreds of billboards around LA. At a certain point, she had a wall at the corner of Hollywood and Vine that was 10 stories tall. And she was advertising herself.
Right.
She believed that she could be famous and get the love of the world, not from something that she did, but from just who she was.
Oh, well, when you frame it that way, yeah, it's like before reality and all that stuff.
I mean, she invented
She was like 20 years too early.
the influencer.
Yeah.
Wow,
She's the original influencer. She was the first person that got paid to do personal appearances.
Oh, so she did monetize it.
Oh, yeah. She sells merch. She sells T-shirts with her face on it. Right. She's the original, I'm going to sell Skims underwear, and I'm going to have pink cars, and I'm going to be this attention bubble, and I'm going to get the love of the world.
Okay, not to divert ourselves, but do you know who Dennis Woodruff is?
That sounds very familiar.
So Dennis Woodruff was the much less flashy version.
Not Radio Man.
No, I know Radio Man.
Okay.
Yeah, I love Radio Man. Dennis Woodruff, similarly, he drove around town since I've ever lived here in a Cadillac with all this imagery all over the Cadillac. Hire Dennis Woodruff, a phone number, all these photos of him and different things. And he too is kind of a mythical legendary, to the point where Madonna went on a date with Dennis Woodruff. Isn't that awesome? Like, at the height of her superpowers, I think is it like, I see you, Dennis Woodruff, which I dig. Anyways, I just wondered if you also knew about Dennis Woodruff, because basically in LA we have two kind of mythical characters.
Well, no, because in LA we have a gajillion. I think that's why it's bizarre and fascinating that she stood out and was able to do it. Because if you're someone who comes to LA to visit, you're looking for a celebrity to spot. And she's made herself that. Like, if you see Angelyne, you're like, oh my God, I saw her.
Yeah.
It's also like kind of good luck. You get a smiz from it, right? You get a smiz from seeing her.
Yeah.
For
Get
sure.
very,
Smiz
very
squared.
excited. People had like wildly different stories about who she was, where she was from, right? Some people would be like, oh, she's not even a real person. She's from space. Some people would be like, oh, she's from Ohio. She's a small town girl from Idaho. Some people would be like, oh, there's like 12 Angelynes. You can just like rent them out for a party. Or they replace them all the time.
The one I had always heard, and I was prone to believe it, which is like, oh, this woman has a billionaire or a very rich husband
who paid for all the billboards.
Yeah. Was I wrong in that?
Well,
we didn't get there.
To watch the second episode.
Okay.
No, she's a real businesswoman, and she found a way to get all these billboards of herself that was not based on a sexual relationship at all.
Right.
It's way smarter than that. She's a brilliant marketer. She's quite a brilliant human being.
Right. So the person we just described, it's like platinum blonde hair. It's head to toe pink. It's, if I can say this in a tasteful way, like some adjustments to the face, to the breasts, and then you play her.
It's like Marilyn Monroe meets Barbie doll meets Hello Kitty, hot pink explosion, pom-poms in the hair, hot, tight, like shorter skirts, tighter shirts, some cheetah, high shoes, tiny little hips, like tight gait, fast walk, nails, lips, tits, energy.
Tits, slits.
Like all of it. And it's high octane.
Oh, big time.
And it has we'll sell you a t-shirt, give you like spiritual guru guidance, hand you a crystal for like positivity and energy, give you a gift of like a tea bag that she has in her car. Like here's Darjeeling tea bag, but also buy this $150 t-shirt and vroom, away in my hot pink Corvette that is so noisy and is so attention-y.
As you just said, people thought she might be an alien. I thought she was married to a billionaire. Everyone had all these stories. And for as famous as she was, and this shocks me about her actually, is that she didn't do press. Certainly a million people wanted to get to the bottom of who she was, and she just didn't do that. That's so inconsistent with what I would guess. I would imagine she'd want to be on every single talk show and sit for every interview.
She did some.
She did?
Yeah, she never kind of contradicted any of the narratives about her, because I think with her, she talks about herself as a Rorschach test or a mirror, that whatever you see in her is your truth. And says more about you than it does about her.
That's how the pilot opens, is you saying, you're not a parrot, right? You won't do the voice. Yeah, you're not going to do the voice. Damn it. It's incredible. Again, you would have no fucking clue. You could watch the whole thing and be like, I don't know who played her. I think Angelyne played her, but they took her back in time.
Well, I don't even think I'm necessarily playing her. I'm definitely not trying to define her. It's not a biopic. It's not one of these like based on a true story. For me, I'm much more interested in investigating everything that you're talking about. It's the contradiction of all those stories and how those conflicting narratives build kind of a fame machine. And this kind of kaleidoscopic narrative and investigation of what is identity. Are we some facts about us? Especially as a famous person, as an icon, what an icon does is serve to speak to the person that they are inspiring at that moment, and they are serving something based on what that person needs. Right? So I have heard all these stories throughout my childhood about this mythical Los Angeles icon. And then there's constantly more stories being added to it. And then the Hollywood Reporter apparently, like, quote unquote, solves the mystery.
Was this in 97? What year was this thing?
This was 2017.
Oh, 2017. What came out in 97?
There's a documentary about her, like a Robinson and DeVore doc that she was in that's fascinating, that's on YouTube.
Oh.
That's one of the only short form docs that was ever completed about her. That's wonderful and fascinating.
And you're right. It challenges like stereotypes and identity, because you look at her and pejoratives come to mind. You just make some assumptions. And what you find out immediately in the show is like, she's been driving the whole time, which is fascinating.
Oh, she's in the driver's seat.
Literally. Yeah. And then what's also fascinating is there's a broader comment on life today versus life in the 80s, which is she's the last moment you could do this. You could show up in LA and say, I'm X, Y, or Z. It's kind of like Tommy Wiseau from The Room. It's like, who fucking knows? Or is he Romanian? Is he this or that? It's very similar. Like you could, at that time, really just redefine yourself in a way that probably is lost today. There'll be some paper trail on the internet of all people going forward that would be easy to disprove their narrative. But she lived free from that.
Yeah, I think now there's a focus on over communication, which I've probably done on this interview, right? Talked about all these things that probably said too much.
No, I would argue this interview is an antidote to that, because you're talking about a curated thing, I think. I think why people are drawn to podcasts is we've been getting photographs in 140 character summations of the person, which is curated. In this, you can only curate for like the first 10 minutes. You get exhausted and you just start being yourself. I actually think this is like part of the solution.
It's interesting because like Instagram and the visual mediums that we're in where these images are so curated and filtered, the way that we communicate our praise and approval on them is literally by double tapping and putting hearts on them, literally sending love.
Yeah.
And I think that is a form of love addiction, of attention addiction.
Big time.
And that's a part of the story that moves me.
You're a producer on it. Were you involved from the get? Did you like go and pitch this show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I read the article when it broke on Twitter and it sparked this seed of an idea of should and can the mystery of a person ever be solved? Who has control of a narrative and who gets the right to tell your story? And are we a collection of facts or do we get to determine our identity based on how we feel we are inside?
Yeah.
I think I was hungry at that time to have more ownership of the things that I was part of. And I was watching my husband kind of create shows that were deeply resonant for him and felt so meaningful to him. And I wanted that. And I read this article and I started thinking about all the stories that I had heard about her as a child and what she represented to me. It just struck me as like, well, I'm sure no one will ever give me the opportunity to actually go make this thing, right? Because if they were casting a character that was kind of based on the idea of a woman like Angelyne, no one would be
Barbie.
like Emmy.
You might be my last phone call.
The age span from this is from 17 to present day.
Right. How old is she currently?
I won't say.
Okay, great.
She doesn't believe in age.
Sure.
It's a construct.
That's fair.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
We are supported by HP. If you're a parent or you know one, like I do, or you can help take care of kids, you already know what August feels like. It's not summer anymore, it's the pregame. The supplies list, the forms, the we need this printed by tomorrow texts that come in at 9 p.m. And I say this as someone who's been on the receiving end of those texts in a former life. You're ready to help, and then the printer says no, out of ink, blinking at you, useless. It's such a small thing, but it will absolutely derail your night. So when I heard about the HP Smart Tank printer from HP, America's most trusted printer brand, I thought this is the kind of thing that actually makes life easier, not in a big flashy way, in a one less crisis way. Instead of those little cartridges that run out the second you need them, the HP Smart Tank uses refillable ink tanks, and it comes with up to 3 years of ink included. 3 years. That's 3 back-to-school seasons without the cartridge panic. HP can't fill out the forms for you, but they can make sure the printer is never the reason you're up past midnight. Search HP Smart Tank.
This episode is supported by Helix.
So I've had my Helix mattress for a few years now, and I still love it just as much as the first night. That says a lot because a good night's sleep is very important to me.
Sleep is everything. And what's great about Helix is that it's not a guessing game with finding the right mattress because they have over 20 models, so you can find the one that actually fits how you sleep. And with that summer heat upon us, Helix has cooling upgrades that can get you the best rest even on hot nights.
I have a Helix Midnight Luxe mattress. I really like the level of firmness it has, but that might not be right for you. They have so many options, and you just go take the quiz, and it is perfectly matched for your needs, which is incredible. I also highly, highly recommend the cooling upgrade, especially in the summer. It makes your sleep so much better. If you're still tossing and turning on a mattress that's not working for you, just trust us on this one.
Go to helixsleep.com/armchair for 20% off site-wide. That's helixsleep.com/armchair for 20% off site-wide. helixsleep.com/armchair. We are supported by Auto Trader. All right, if you've been putting off car shopping because it sounds like a whole thing, buying your car online on Auto Trader makes it way easier, really. You can shop tons of cars online, compare prices, check financing and trade-in options, all from wherever you are. And if you want to start online and go to the dealership for a test drive, you can do that too. Really. What I like is the flexibility. Start online, finish at the dealer, or the other way around. Your info stays with you, so you're not starting the process from scratch. Plus, you're working with local dealer listings, so you've got real people helping behind the scenes. And when you're ready, you can pick up your car or have it delivered. Really. Buy your car online on AutoTrader. Really.
Back to school starts now. Get long-lasting battery life on the Dell XPS laptop powered by Series 3 Intel Core so you can work from anywhere. Now starting at $699 with exclusive student pricing starting at $599. And it's lightweight, portable, and packed with enough processing power to make multitasking a breeze. So say goodbye to distractions and hello to more free time because you finished your work faster. Complete your setup with savings on select monitors and more must-have electronics and accessories. Limited time deals and free shipping on PCs and more await you at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
You've met her
Yeah.
then. For this project, was she involved? Okay.
You have to walk a real tightrope for this project because there's the obvious appeal of her, right? Which is a little gawkery. It's a little rubbernecky. I have it. And then you recognize a couple of truths. One, if you're going to commit to playing this person for 10 episodes or however many, you personally have to take it seriously and you have to care about her. And then you want to be kind to her and also expose the other things. A normal biopic where it's like, oh, you're going to play Babe Ruth. It's like, okay, we're going to celebrate this guy. We're going to talk about 3 of the shitty things he did, and then we're going to wrap it up, right? It's like a perfect formula for it. But when you're starting with someone's outside image is already, I'm saying this, not you, but someone might think like, oh, she's a joke. You're not going to make 10 episodes of a show roasting someone as being a joke. You would never do that. You want to actually explore it. But you also have to acknowledge the heightened absurdity of the whole thing, which is like Pink Corvette and all this stuff. So that's a tightrope. Was that challenging to find your lane into that? You want to be respectful and you also want to give everyone what they want.
Yeah, I mean, I think the most interesting thing about Angelyne is that she understands that people will underestimate her based on her appearance. And I think she knows that's her power. She's really quite brilliant. I think she's profound. I think she's deep. And I think if you read some of the things that she said or written, there's such a tenderness and a profoundness to her. One of the things that inspired my character of Angelyne, which is loosely based on her, is her love of the Barbie doll. She says that she loves the Barbie doll. She idolizes the Barbie doll and would like to be like the Barbie doll because the Barbie doll feels no pain. You can stick her with things and she doesn't hurt. She can't get cancer. She can't die. She's invulnerable. And wouldn't that be nice never to hurt?
And what was her vet called?
Her Star Vet.
Her Star Vet.
Yeah, I have one too. I have a little tiny pink
Corvette.
plastic Star Vet that someone got me, the little toy. It's so great. So I think that there's a childlikeness to her. When you meet her, she has incredible hummingbird energy. Like very intense, fluttery.
Frenetic.
Much more kind of focused than that.
She's a workhorse is what I meant, right?
Yeah. I met her at the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel. Firstly, I got there 15 minutes early, like the good student that I am. And she arrived on time, but then I could see out the window. She spent an hour selling merch.
Yes.
In the parking lot.
That's great.
Which I loved because I just got to like watch.
You probably learn a little bit more about her then.
Yeah, just being a voyeur.
Yeah.
But she sat down and she put her napkin on the chair and then she sat on the napkin.
Oh, wow.
And she said, "So, why do you have such a hard-on to play me?"
Wow.
And I was just like, okay.
That's so
This is
awesome.
rad.
A hard on.
I'm incredibly impressed by her. I think she's done the impossible. She's been able to maintain her allure and her celebrity for decades.
Yeah.
In a town that's incredibly fickle. And she's done that by not refuting any of the stories. And I think that's so interesting.
And to your point, if you guys both got out of the Corvette, like you're famous, people are going to walk right the fuck past you. If I have dinner with her, everyone's going to be staring at her, not me. I mean, she is enormously famous in this town.
Yeah.
Like her and Schwarzenegger are out. I don't know who gets more looks. And that was her goal. So it's like a success story.
Totally.
Yeah.
I've met Barack Obama, Buzz Aldrin. I was shaking, nervous, almost crying to meet her.
Right.
Like by that point, I'd read and seen everything she had done. She has meditation tapes that I had memorized.
Uh-huh.
And we had like long, in-depth, very complicated conversations about Eckhart Tolle and Alan Watts and philosophy. And she's just an incredibly deep, interesting woman.
Yeah.
So interesting.
Is she single? Or we're not allowed to know.
We didn't get that personal, but I assume so.
Okay.
It's very Tammy Faye.
Oh, did you see it?
Yeah.
Incredible.
She's brilliant.
It's similar. It's like this person, there's stereotypes and there's all of this outwardness, but there's a brilliance in there. And it's just so fascinating.
Yeah, I kind of was watching it going like, oh yeah, women have often had the upper hand and the dudes thought they did. And it's kind of comical.
Yeah, I think it's kind of her way of gaining control in like a patriarchal society.
Are we allowed to say, because of course we want everyone to watch the entire thing, Angelyne, which is going to be available on Peacock on May 19th. At any rate, she was from Poland. Her parents are Holocaust survivors.
According to the Hollywood Reporter.
She refutes that, or she doesn't even acknowledge the question?
She would tell me that I would never deny anything.
I got you.
Because that would hurt the mystery.
Right.
Yeah.
So according to the Hollywood Reporter, though, to me, that makes the story that much more endearing. Like, I know what it's like to grow up in Detroit and look at Hollywood from the outside. But then you add the layer of growing up in Poland, perhaps, with Holocaust survivor parents. Looking at America first is already this kind of weird fantasy land. And then the capital of fantasy land is Hollywood. What a difference from where she perhaps started and where she ended up. It's crazy.
Well, I will say she describes herself that what you see in her and the story that you make in your head about her is more important than what it actually is. So for me, reading that story, I'm a Jew, thinking about a woman for whom that might have been part of a story. I think there's a real resonance. The story that I read in the Hollywood Reporter, be it true or not, it really moved me.
Yeah.
And it was the seed of something profound for me, because owning my own Jewishness, Judaism as part of my identity in America now, in the world now, there's a danger to it. And it's something that I've wrestled with as well.
Right.
That part of that story was interesting to me.
Yeah, there is like a really cool message, which is ultimately you do decide exactly who you want to be. Like, it's very empowering. The one I'm inclined to like and believe is that she came from Poland and her parents were Holocaust survivors. And here she is in Hollywood and everyone in Hollywood knows her. So me coming from a dirt road in Michigan and moving here, like, of course, that's the one that appeals to me greatly. And having had a very traumatic childhood with a bunch of different shit, I got to decide, no, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And then I did it. So, of course, that's the thing that attracts me to her story, is the one I'm attracted to in myself.
I suppose I like the narrative that all of them are true and none of them are true. I like the idea that the mythology of this icon is so much more profound and complex by the crowdsourced kind of Wikipedia nature of it all. And that we live in a society where like contradictions are allowed to exist. And we're at this important moment where like we're really digging into identity right now.
Oh, big
and
time, yeah.
how do you define it and who gets to define
Gender.
it? Right. And I think it's so fascinating. There's a lot there.
Yeah. Well, I just want to end on saying that you're incredible in it. It's such a fucking, again, I can't say it enough. Just, I wouldn't know. I would have no fucking clue. I've had that a few times. One being Vice, when I'm watching the Dick Cheney movie and I'm looking at Christian Bale. I don't know, there's a thing on the internet where people are showing Christian Bale and Kristen Bell and they keep mixing up and it's Christian Bale. Anyways, I watched that and after like 14 seconds, it had never occurred to me that it was Christian Bale again. It was just like, oh wow, fucking they got Cheney to act in a movie. This is incredible. And yeah, to see you and all that stuff, they did a great job on it and it's really cool. I would want you to feel proud, but you're not gonna.
I do.
Oh, good.
I do.
Okay, good.
I feel that what we made was totally bizarre and I like it.
Let me throw a hypothetical at you.
Okay.
It's a billionaire, like a kabillionaire. Let's say the Sultan of Brunei, okay?
Oh.
You get a call, your manager or your agent, they call you and they go, this is so weird. Will you go to the Sultan of Brunei's birthday party as Angelyne for $600 million?
I would be like, No, you should call Angelyne. The numbers on the billboard. And also, nobody should go to the Sultan of Brunei's birthday party because they probably do terrible things there.
Well, let's reverse.
Not at the birthday party, but in those kinds of countries.
Let's reverse it.
Okay.
You're my agent.
Okay.
And Sultan of Brunei wants.
They want you to perform at the Super Bowl as Angelyne.
Okay, that would be a better way to get you to say yes. But no, this is the exact same scenario, but you're my agent and they want me to play Frito from Idiocracy at the birthday party. Go ahead, hit me. Hey, Emmy, what's up?
Hey, so we want you to do the Idiocracy thing at the Sultan of Brunei's birthday party. We have $600 million for you.
Oh my God.
What do you say?
Well, first, yes.
They won't provide airfare or any kind of green room. You got to get yourself there.
Okay.
And put yourself up.
I think I misunderstood you. Did you say it was 600 million?
I did.
Of their currency or ours? US dollars?
US dollars.
Okay. You know what? Yes.
Okay. You're just like, yes.
Remember when money doesn't give you safety?
I know, but maybe 600 million would?
No.
I would love to know. One day we'll interview Jeff Bezos and we'll ask if he feels safe. It's conceivable that he doesn't.
Yeah.
Because it's a fear.
I don't know. I met him a couple times.
Does he feel financially secure?
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
We didn't get into it.
I can't believe you didn't ask him.
I didn't ask him.
Well, Emmy, this has been a total pleasure. I thank you so much on your very short trip. By the way, and away from your child, you shouldn't be doing this. You should be fucking at one of those
Partying.
nightclubs you loved.
No, I told you that's how I explained the trip to her.
Checked. It's done. It's
Get
rage
outta here.
time.
Rage time.
Have one rage night that
Well,
you
I
can't
have
at home.
all of my Purple People stickers here
Oh,
from your wife's
my
book. So I'm really
gosh.
excited.
This is a great cross promotion. This is what we would call an in-show advertisement, which we don't normally sell.
So great.
I love that she had a bunch of swag just laying around. And guess what? I just kind of lost an argument, which is like, there's all this stuff all around the house. So I'm like, does this need to be here? What's going to happen? Are we going to have a book sale here? And by God, it worked out.
It worked out. I love it.
Well, thanks for coming. I hope you enjoyed yourself.
I did.
And I hope the next time you do another crazy character, you'll come back and we'll chat about that.
I like that.
All right. Wunderkind. And now my favorite part of the show, the fact check with my soulmate, Monica Padman.
We get support from Skims. Oh man, do I love Skims. I've been living in the Skims lightweight cotton collection all summer, and I have to tell you, getting dressed has become so easy. I just throw it on. It just feels right immediately, whether I'm grabbing coffee or I'm on the couch all day or I'm out, even going to dinner. The cotton is so lightweight and breathable, which in this heat is a non-negotiable. The cotton jersey t-shirt, I just need everyone to know about this one. This one hugs in all the right places. It's very soft and it still looks and fits the same after months of washing, which is very hard to do, I feel, with t-shirts. I've been wearing the black cotton jersey t-shirt with basically everything all summer long. It goes great with any patterned skirt or shorts or pants. I mean, anything, truly. I believe that's probably my favorite piece from the cotton collection, but they also have great lightweight cotton thongs that are so comfortable and they're cute. That is a very, very hard mix to achieve, especially with undergarments. I feel if you can find some that are cute, but also comfortable and do the job, that is a win. And Skims has really, really figured that out with the lightweight cotton collection. Shop Skims Cotton and all of my favorite pieces at skims.com. After you place your order, be sure to let them know we sent you. Select podcast in the survey and be sure to select Armchair Expert in the drop-down menu that follows.
Hi.
Have you noticed how good Delta's buy is? Bye.
You know, the younger generation just does everything better.
In fact, while we're on the topic, I got to send you this really quick.
Okay.
Okay? I just want you to watch it.
Oh, I just got it. Oh my God.
We went to In-N-Out on a date, her and I, and we took the Lincoln, which was really fun. She got this In-N-Out hat. So she put this In-N-Out hat on. I don't know where she's getting it. I don't know what's prompting it. But she said, can you take some pictures of me? And I go, yeah. So then she starts throwing up like signs like West Side, all these different hand signals. And she's even in this thing I just sent Monica. She's like squatting down and shaking her shoulders and throwing some gang signs. And it's just...
How does she know how to do this?
like I couldn't do it as good as she's doing it. Is
She's
what I'm
making
saying.
like a tough face.
Yeah, tough guy. She's got her little In-N-Out cap on, a paper hat. We had a whole photo shoot. I've got probably 40 pictures of her on my Lincoln throwing gang signs. We're in the In-N-Out parking lot.
Oh
People
my
are
God.
watching.
Of
They're
course.
excited. My only self-consciousness was I was like, they think I have told my little girl, like, get on that
Of
car
course.
and splay yourself out and throw gang signs.
Yep.
I'm just the photographer. And I was trying to wrap it up too. I kept going like, okay, we got some great ones. And then that was not enough for her.
What a ham.
Yeah. We had so much fun at In-N-Out because we haven't been out eating in forever.
Yeah.
So first hitch, we were at one of those, they got those little four tops, but they're separated.
Inside, you mean?
Inside. We
Yeah.
sat in the restaurant.
Yeah.
And again, so she's only 7. So 2 years, she has not been people watching.
Yeah.
So we sit down first next to us, a father-daughter also out.
That's nice.
They're from Brooklyn. And so we started chatting with them. Where you guys are from Brooklyn? Oh, you're in and out, chat. Then a bigger table opened up. So we bounced. We bailed on those people.
Okay.
Then there was a table next to us of 4 folks. 3 dudes from DC and then this woman. And Delta, who's Polish, told me her favorite Polak joke.
Okay.
And then I said, I think you should let these dudes in on it. So then she told these dudes from DC, they were beside themselves.
What
They were
is the
so-
joke?
How many Polacks does it take to screw in a light bulb? You know the answer.
I forget.
1 to hold the light bulb, 2 to turn the ladder.
And it's because they're supposed to be stupid?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. But of course, I had to tell these guys before she said, I just want you to know she's Polish.
So she's allowed to.
Yeah.
What I really like about that is she's finally embracing her funniness. She's allowing other people to laugh. She's been funny since literally she's been 3 months old, but she used to not like it when people would laugh.
She'd get self-conscious about it.
Yes, but she couldn't help it. She was just so funny,
Yep.
and no one could help but laugh. But that was a hard dynamic because then she'd get upset.
She thought they were laughing at her, not with her.
Yes.
But she now understands they're laughing with her.
And at some point, it was like, "You're gonna have to get over it. Like you're funny."
Yeah, you can't not be funny. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Bye.
Okay, so this is what I was enjoying so much is Lincoln and I have our motorcycle thing. Lincoln's not trying to talk to strangers. That's not her jam. I love talking to strangers. And Delta, she loves talking to strangers. So I found us there. We were at this In-N-Out for like an hour and a half talking with anyone that would sit next to us.
That's nice.
For a while. And I was like, oh, this is our thing. Like, we'll go places and just shoot the shit with strangers. And I was saying, don't you like people watching? She's like, oh, yeah. She loved it.
Yeah.
So fun to watch people. Especially at an In-N-Out, man. You're getting every walk of life in there.
You're making me hungry. Did you get
Animal style fries? I sure did. Thought of you.
So good. Okay, Emmy.
Emmy Rossum. Oh, now would be a good chance.
Yeah.
Just because I've been wanting to.
Okay.
Can I play that song?
Sure.
So if people listen to the bonus episode of Armchair Anonymous, Rob forced me to sing a song, an impromptu song, and I sang it, and it was terrible. But then Bob Mervac heard it, and then he scored it. And it really makes me laugh. So I just wanted to play it for everyone. Okay.
Do you want to sing a tune or something? We have a theme song.
Okay, great. We don't have a theme song for this new show, so here I go. We're gonna ask some random questions, and with the help of Armchair, we'll get some suggestions. On the fly rhyme dish. Enjoy.
On the fly, I rhymed it. So stupid.
It's very funny.
And the fact that he put that whimsical music on the second one.
He made it a real song. Wow. Should be noted, because I was like, it sounds good. Like I thought it was Bob at first. Also, my hearing's going.
It's about as good as your eyesight.
It's getting as
You're gonna be
good
down
as
to
my
your
eyesight.
smell.
Yeah.
Which isn't great.
I know. I think it's allergies or something. It sounded like Bob was singing it.
Oh.
And turned out it was
Well.
still you, and it's not fixed or auto-tuned or anything.
I think that's obvious.
Are you becoming a really good singer?
Well, I told you when Bob sent it to Chris and he said, your husband sings in capital all the keys.
Yeah.
That was a burn, obviously.
Depends on how you look at it.
That's a good point. That's a nice point you're making.
Okay, Emmy. So Emmy is a wonderkin.
Yeah, total wonderkin.
And it reminded me that there was this hilarious picture of Ronan Farrow that just went around that I sent to you.
Oh, as a little baby at college. Yes.
He's at college and he's a small kid. He's not a baby. But
He is. He's like Delta's age.
no, well, he's like 10 or 11 or something.
Oh my God. Just strolling the campus of Columbia. I think that's where he
No,
went?
so that's a fact. You said that, and no. He went to Bard College, and then he went to Yale Law School.
Okay.
He also went to Center for Talented Youth
Okay.
and Magdalen College.
Oh my God. Geez, slow down, dude. Leave some college for the rest of us.
How old is Andrew Lloyd Webber? He is 74.
Okay.
He's 74, and I mean, Phantom of the Opera came out, the Emmy one came out. 2004 is when the movie came out.
Okay, great.
So how old was he then?
2004, that's 18 years. What did you say he was, 74? So that's 56.
Great.
Does that work?
Yeah, I'm not even going to test
I
it.
think that might be it. Speaking of which, the link in it occurred. We did the math yesterday when we got to In and Out. 55 years old. 55.
Cool.
I know.
That's really cool. Okay. One hilarious thing that happened, and I hope the listeners heard it. You asked her during her negotiations, you asked, who was your megalith during that time?
I did?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You didn't mean to, I don't think.
I don't think it was referencing me as much as the Rock of Gibraltar.
Yeah, because then you said the
I did.
Gibraltar,
Okay.
but you said megalith. And then I thought maybe you'd want to do some megalith.
I'd rather not. I'm quite busy.
What are you doing today, megalith? Why are you so busy?
I'm at In-N-Out Burger watching this man abuse his child. I'm thinking about intervening.
You should. What's he doing?
He's yelling sheesh and bussin'. I'm confused by it. It seems like it's child abuse. This can't be right. I'm going to intervene. No, that car's 55 years old. What are you doing? It was her idea. It appears it was her idea. How embarrassing. How embussin' menage. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm late for a reverse back.
Okay, you mentioned Radio Man.
Oh, yeah.
But then you guys didn't.
Yeah, it's worth explaining.
Yeah.
Radio Man is a very, very famous fixture in New York City. If you are ever filming in New York City, you'll see a man ride up on his bicycle. He appears to be unhoused. That's what it seems like.
Okay.
He has a radio. That's why he's called that. He has a transistor radio. He knows every single production that's happening in New York. And he's very nice and kind and lucid. And he'll say, yeah, well, I was just over on the 75th and whatever. Gwyneth Paltrow's filming a blank. He's such a staple that everyone talks to him. Like Gwyneth Paltrow will go out and talk with Radio Man. So he's really...
Wow.
And he rode his bicycle from New York when I was dating Kate Hudson. He rode his fucking bicycle from New York to Boston to go on her set and say hi.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that incredible? And then one time, I swear I have this right, I randomly bumped into Luke Wilson walking down the street in Manhattan. And we started talking. And then Radio Man rolled up on his bicycle. And then Luke was like, hey, Radio Man, what's going on?
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes, he's very cool. I bet there's a doc on Radio Man. He's such a staple. I have to imagine there's a doc about him.
Yeah.
There's a doc about the Birdman here in Los Feliz.
There is a doc
There is.
called Radio Man.
Oh, conveniently titled.
Who's Birdman?
Oh my God. This guy in East LA, so Los Feliz, Silver Lake, mostly Silver Lake. He hangs up all these flyers. They're all over the map, these flyers. They start with like, don't poison the pigeons. He's convinced people are poisoning the pigeons. And additionally, he is available for massage therapy.
Oh.
And he only does women, and it's $7 an hour.
Oh.
And he's also an actor that you can hire. And it says, contact me at www.youtube.com. So every flyer, you're urged to contact him at
Via
YouTube somehow. It's just youtube.com.
Oh, wow.
My favorite person, well, not my favorite. There were so many great ones, but maybe the most interesting man I've ever met was a camera operator on Parenthood. We've talked about him a bunch when we had the Beastie Boys on. Arturo Scipio Africano, and he would bring me these flyers at great risk because this guy ever sees you taking his flyers down, you're in trouble. So he would bring them to Parenthood, and we couldn't get enough of them. We'd read them over and over and over again. There's so many. There's like a little picture of him in a movie he did. He's Italian. Just go to youtube.com and you can watch it. And then the massage thing, once he branched into massage work, that was really wild. He's also a bodyguard. So he can be a bodyguard, and he also can, I don't want to say use the word escort, but basically he can be an escort as well.
Okay. Real jack of all trades.
Sky's the limit. And the massage prices were amazing. We had this whole thing where we were going to try to rig a room up and have some of the female members of Parenthood were going to be willing to receive a massage from him just to see like what happens in that sitch. And we would be in another room, obviously, in case things got dangerous.
Sure.
But everyone was kind of into this. It never happened, unfortunately. But that would have been great because what if, it could have been a great massage? Probably not.
My guess is no, but we don't know.
And his name was something Romeo. Like his last name was
wow.
Romeo. And he was an Italian stallion.
Do people know what he looks like, or it's just flyers?
I think someone made a doc on him.
I'm sure.
I want to say Arturo told me that there was a doc on him finally.
Wow. So many mythological humans in this world.
Yeah. Enchanted. Anytime you have a city over 5 million people, there's going to be some really exciting folks.
Yeah, some legends.
Yeah.
There was a Chicago guy named Thax Douglas. That he's a poet.
Thax?
Yeah, Thax, and all the bands he would open the show and read a poem that he would write. But like Wilco would have him out, and all the big bands coming through.
Yeah, same kind of thing.
Well, maybe if we do a show in New York, we could interview Radio Man.
That's a big swing, but I guess I would try it.
That's it. Just realized that was it.
That was a really unceremonious ending.
I know, because I wrote.
What did you write?
I
You're
wrote
like,
Angelyne dash mystery of identity. I thought we could like have a conversation about that, but then
you want to save it for the just nah.
I mean, we can, of course.
Well, that's what's interesting. Like, obviously, Emmy had a lot of respect for her, having played her.
Yeah.
And I think she was hesitant to say that maybe that newspaper piece that had been written,
Hollywood Reporter,
was accurate. But it sounds like consensus when I was doing research is that is her story. She's like from
But I guess
Poland
the hard thing is we can't ever 100% confirm because she won't 100% confirm. Angelyne won't. So it's hard to know for certain. I'm sure they've done a lot of research. So my guess is
I can't imagine the Hollywood Reporter, could have printed all that.
Yeah,
without
that would
being
be
liable.
That'd be my guess too. Yeah. But she likes the idea that there are lots of stories around her.
She does.
She would never like sue them.
Right.
Because she wants that. It's fascinating what we can construct of ourselves.
Well, talk about the power of making your reality whatever you want it to be.
I know.
Because she is truly one of the most famous Angelinos to ever live.
She really is.
Yeah.
There's something really hopeful about it. And then for me, there's also a sadness.
Oh, big time. Yeah. Because you got to ask yourself, to be famous for the sake of being famous, for me would be empty. Like to be famous without being respected for something I do. Mm-hmm. But maybe I'm full of shit. Like when I left Michigan, if you had just said like, you can just be famous, like everywhere you go, people know you. I probably would have liked that and said, sure.
Yeah.
I don't know I would have worked for it, but
right.
Sure I would. That's just like being popular, I guess. Everyone wants to be popular.
I can see the idea of wanting it. I don't think the reality of it would be that fulfilling personally, but again, that's person to person.
It also came with a really extreme makeover, which again, I'm sure people have makeovers that extreme and they're totally fine, but it does scare me that you would
change your whole self
to a Barbie doll, basically.
That's the sadness for me is I think if you're dead set on constructing an identity, it's because you are lost.
Or you don't like your current one.
Both are bad. You don't feel in touch with that original one, or you don't like it, or you don't want that to be true. Like there's all these
But
options.
It's really complicated, right? Because the identity you construct might be an artistic powerhouse. You know, like it might be a bottomless well of creativity, and yet it is still a persona. So yeah, it just all gets murky. I think a lot of performers have a persona.
Yeah.
I think anyone naturally is too shy to get up in front of 100,000 people and just start saying, look at me, I'll hold your attention for the next 2 hours. That's a pretty bold, even for the most confident person. So I think a persona is required.
A persona or like an armor or something, but not
Persona non grata.
not a full-blown.
That's the prestige. Living the persona at all times.
Yeah. I just don't think, like, have you seen the episode of Euphoria yet?
No, I'm on 2.5.
I know, but I think it's in 2.
Oh, 2.
Where the girl, she's depressed.
Okay.
And then she's like in her bed, and there's all these like, people there in her head that are like yelling at her and like, be confident. Remember last year when you were that? When she like was being really bold and had this persona.
Yeah.
And they were like, that's confidence. And she was like, it wasn't real. So that helps you, but it's not real. It doesn't penetrate.
Okay, rebuttal.
Okay.
There's another reality too, which is like, these parents made you this thing, and this situation made you this thing. And you might go, well, that was unfair. And I don't think I really am this person who's terrified all the time and scared of everything, right?
Yeah.
And so you go, I'm picking as of tomorrow.
Yeah.
So that part, what was real, what wasn't, I don't know. But you could look at it as like, no, the personas who I am and all these crazy situations and circumstances in this mean high school made me this other thing.
Yeah.
And really, I'm this thing. Watch.
Yeah. And I love that. To me, that's getting in touch with your true self or bettering yourself or whatever. And it's all slippery. They're all right next to each other.
They are.
So it's hard to know. And I guess it's choice to choice, person to person, whether it's positive or negative. It's all in the mix.
Yeah, I think probably the relevant piece is if the persona fits nicely with the rest of you in your like interpersonal relationships and with your family in your just private life, or if it's incongruous with that and you have to somehow make peace with you're this person over there and you're this person
fraudulence.
here. Yeah, and at the same time, that too might be fine. Like a lot of comedians are not funny, right? They're depressed.
Yeah.
So they have a persona on camera or on stage, and then at home they're shy and quiet, and that is fine with them.
Yeah.
All of it's yummy. Yummy submarines do what? I wish you guys had Tubbies when you're down south.
Well,
It's the best jingle. It goes, Tubbies submarines, ooh, ah. Tubbies submarines, ooh, ah. There's no stopping once Tubby starts hopping. Tubbies submarines.
Is it a sub sandwich place?
Submarine sandwich place. In fact, I think my ex-girlfriend's uncle invented Tubbies. I think he's Mr. Tubby.
Okay.
Okay, for real.
So it was just like one.
No, it's a chain. It's all over
Really?
Michigan. Tubbies.
Oh,
yes. Yeah.
Good for him.
And Tubby sauce is delicious.
Is it still around?
It's in our fridge. Every time Brooke comes out, Kristen says to her, make sure you grab some Tubbies.
What is Brooke bringing? A sauce?
Yeah, Tubby's submarine sauce. It's like kind of an Italian dressing.
Oh.
Yeah. But proprietary and special and unique just to Tubby's submarines. Submarine
Why didn't we
sandwiches.
have that when we were in Michigan? Now I'm feeling like I lost.
The submarine sauce is in our fridge.
I know, but that's not the whole sandwich.
And by the way, I think my ex-girlfriend's uncle actually invented Hungry Howie's Pizza, which was a big chain.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what's real anymore.
What do you No, those are both real restaurants. Do you like the sound of that, Hungry Howie's?
Yeah. Are you making it up?
No, Hungry Howie's is a
I
real
feel
like
gullible
manipulated.
right now or something.
I promise you, Hungry Howie's and Tubby Submarines are real restaurants.
There's a Hungry Howie's in Glendale.
Holy Howie's.
Home of the original flavored crust pizza.
That's right.
Oh my God, it made its way to Los
Congratulations,
Angeles?
ex-girlfriend's uncle.
He made both of those?
No, I think I must be imagining that he had anything to do with submarines.
Oh.
So, Legal had some problems with the poster you did for Hungry Howie's. Impossible. You claim that free flavored crust cures baldness.
Look at the shag.
The preferred pizza of Cleopatra? Prove me wrong, legal. And what's this? Pizza lasers! Phew, phew, phew! $10 to feed the fam? And meal deals that won't burn your budget. Now that's an idea. Hungry? Howie's!
I feel like you wrote that commercial.
Incredible pizza deals. 2 for $15. It was almost like the Carl's Jr. guy who was too cool. Burgers, fries.
Oh, yeah.
And kick. Don't bother me. I'm eating.
Yeah,
And
you
I wanted
love
to
that.
kill that guy.
Yep.
Like, wait, you're too cool to eat hamburgers?
And then,
Wait, you wanted me to say the sketch I made?
yep.
Okay, so then my friend Josh Nathan and I, we made a fake Carl's Jr.'s commercial. I might have that on my computer, by the way.
Your sketch?
I might.
Oh,
Let's just see.
yeah. And then we could also post it.
Oh, geez, I'd be afraid. My favorite thing was making fake commercials. Love fake commercials. Videos. Last place I'll check. TV. I can't imagine it's there, but oh, you know, it might be here. At store, library, movies. Apologize, but oh my gosh. Here it is. Oh my God. Okay.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Burger,
Ketchup's on the ground.
fries, the kick, burn. Burger,
This is Josh.
fries, Metallica LP, new kick, burn.
Burn.
Burger, fries, Metallica LP, BMX Truff. The kick.
It's laboriously long, isn't it?
Oh my God.
There's only one left.
Fries, Metallica LP, BMX Truff, Trans Am Miniature. New kick. Burn.
That's what it was. We thought the guy was like basically trying to burn you by telling you what he's doing.
Yeah, I that's hilarious. It's worth seeing, so we'll probably post it.
Oh, will we?
That's so funny.
I did this one too. It's completely visual, but I was obsessed with those Orajel commercials
Oh.
because it would fix the people's tooth pain in 1 second.
Oh.
I don't know if you remember those commercials, but it was me everywhere eating, and I'd go like, ah, and I'd grab the Orajel and be like,
Wait, let me see it. Let me watch
I don't. I was bummed
Oh,
it's not on here because
man.
that's the one actually I would have wanted you to see.
Oh.
Yeah, it was just about how quickly you felt better. Oh boy, burger,
Oh.
nice. Love you, love you,
Oh, yeah.
and a Coke. We are supported by Allstate. Checking Allstate first could save you hundreds on car insurance. Not checking what the warning light means before pulling out of your driveway, you absolutely convinced yourself it was probably just a sensor thing right up until you were standing on the side of the road waiting for a tow. Yeah, checking first is the right move. So check Allstate first for an auto quote. It could save you hundreds. And for fast, reliable help when you need it, add an Allstate roadside plan today. You're in good hands with Allstate. Potential savings vary. Insurance and roadside assistance plans are subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Insurance provided by Allstate North American Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois. Roadside assistance plans provided by Allstate Motor Club, Incorporated, an Allstate affiliate.